Revolutionary greetings, comrades. The Zimbabwean Minister of Primary and Secondary Education, Dr. Evelyn Ndlovu, joins the late Robert Gabriel Mugabe and the former First Lady Grace Mugabe in insulting the people of Matabeleland. Firstly, former President, the late Robert Mugabe, who spent some time in Bulilima when he was a teacher before he went to Ghana, said in a rally that the people of Matabeleland, what they know is to run to South Africa and return back to Zimbabwe having bought bicycles. So in other words, we are simply saying the people of Matabeleland have no interest in education, notwithstanding the academics that the region has produced. Grace Mugabe also in a rally said the people of Matabeleland, she was referring to men. She said what the men of Matabeleland know is to impregnate their wives and run to South Africa. Meaning men from Matabeleland do not take responsibility. They have no interest in supporting their families. And Dr. Evelyn Ndlovu, the Minister of Primary and Secondary Education, joins that list. But what is strange is that she herself is from Matabeleland South, is an MP on proportional representation, representing the people of Bulilima Mangwe. She was assisted at a tender age to study. She was assisted by ZANU. Not only her, but many young people at the time, they were assisted to study. She knows a list of professionals from Matabeleland who have distinguished themselves in different fields. She knows, of course, many young people from Matabeleland who have passed the ordinary level and A level, but have challenges in accessing the presidential scholarship, accessing education in colleges to further their studies. And for 4 years, she has been an MP representing that region. Not only MP, but also a minister of primary and secondary education. Before that, she served as a permanent secretary in another ministry. So the question that we should ask, who does she represent in the National Assembly? She's one of those that we refer to as tourist MPs. When they get elected, they isolate themselves from communities. She's out of touch. If indeed she's a true representative of the people of Bulilima Mangwe, she will know and she will have assisted young people in her own region that are unable to pay school fees. I remember in 2013, when we were campaigning, just outside Tegwane, a place called Diba. I was staying with the community there in some homestead by Comrade Cooper. So in the morning when I was driving around, passing through Diba Primary School, at about 7:30 to 7:45, I saw kids being dismissed from school. I was alone in the vehicle, so I drove inside to the school and asked on what was happening, why were kids being sent home that early. And the answer that was given was that because they have not paid the school fees. Diba is in Bulilima East, if I'm not mistaken, but it's just outside Tewan. If you know that area, you pass Tewan, adjacent to a place called Council, before you get to Pakan. So the school is in her constituents that she represents, and the kids were sent away. So when I went to that school, I was told by the head that the kids did not pay school fees. And I told the head that it was wrong for the school to send them away. I can't remember whether it was a female head, head mistress, I can't recall. So I told them that it was wrong to send the kids on the basis that they did not pay school fees. They should allow kids to start. So, if indeed Dr. Evelyn Ndlovu is a true representative of the people of Bulili Mamango, she will know the challenges that kids at a primary level are going through. So it is clear that she was elected in Bulili Mangwe on the basis that her roots are there, but she's not a resident of Bulili Mamango. Because indeed, if she is a resident of Bulili Mamango, a representative of her people, she will know the challenges. She will not then just, when she's asked in Parliament about the deployment of teachers who are not conversant in the local language, she will not then simply dismiss that question by saying people drop out of school, they jump to South Africa without completing education. Instead, as a true representative of the people, assuming what she says is true, what has she done as a member of Parliament to ensure that the kids do not drop out of school? She has done nothing. What has she done to ensure that grade 7 kids pass their exams? They are enrolled in secondary schools. They pass their exams and get enrolled in colleges. What has she done? It is clear that she is far removed from the struggles of the people on daily basis. The only excuse that she gives, showing her ignorance and her isolation from the community, is that the people have no interest in education. She had an interest in education. That's why she holds a doctorate. She then should ask herself, if she is saying is true, why are her own children? Because we grew up, we were taught that a child belongs to the community. When I was growing up, like many other kids, every female person in the community was my mother, a male was my father, a sister, a brother, because we belong to the community, and every parent in the community is our parent, is my parent. The kids in the community of Bulmamangwe, they are her own kids as an elder. That's our African culture. It is not about your own biological kids. It is about the kids in the community. They are your own kids. They are our kids as adults. So, if her own kids have no interest in studying and they're preferring to go to South Africa or Botswana, has she ever taken time to sit down with her kids as an elder to say, "Hayi bantu abami, education is the future"? And then her own kids of Bulimamango, we're not talking about the broadly Mad South, the Mad North, the Midlands, everywhere. No, just the constituents that she represents. She will then begin, if she's a true representative of the people, to listen to her own kids in the community and roll out programs that will attract kids to start. But clearly she's not doing that. But this is what ZANU-PF does. ZANU-PF is an uncaring political party. It does not care about the development of our young people in our communities, as demonstrated by Dr. Evelyn Ndlovu. She doesn't care at all. What she cares about is her ministerial position. And then appease her bosses in ZANU-PF, where she will sit in her ministerial office and say, "Please give me CVs of your Bazukuru, everyone else from Manicaland, Mashonaland East, Shuruk in President Emerson Mnangagwa's home village or area. Give me your CVs because the people there from my constituency, they have no interest in education. I will send your own kids to go and teach there." For all her own political interests, political selfish reasons. That's ZANU-PF. So, a person is elected to represent their community. They are not elected to represent their president or their seniors in the party. They represent their community and they must be accountable to the community. And the majority of the leaders or public representatives from Matebeleland who are elected as members of parliament, they don't represent the people of the region. They represent other interests. And this is why there's always a question of marginalization. And naturally, people will then blame everyone else. No, the Shona-led government or our. No. It is the people in the region who are elected as representatives that then want to be noticed by party bosses by saying, "No, it is not proper for you, Idi, to have relatives who are not working. It is not proper, Vice President Chiwenga. It is not proper, whoever they are. Bring your CVs. I will deploy them in my own constituents." That's criminal. But of course, with the ZANU-PF, it happens countrywide. ZANU-PF has no interest of the people. It happens in Manicaland. It happens in Mashonaland East, in Maswingo, in Mashonaland Central. When they get elected, they have no programs to empower the people. To them, the only program they have is that towards elections, they convene rallies, as we're seeing them doing, and they'll be distributing either fertilizer, which is bought by taxpayers, distributing a party regalia. That's what they do, freebies. They have no programs for the people that empower communities, none at all. It's an uncaring political party ZANU-PF as demonstrated by Evelyn Ndlovu. And the question, therefore, that we must all answer honestly. Why do we keep on voting for ZANU-PF members to be our representatives when clearly they are not? They are tourists in our communities. We'll begin to see them from now on up to July, August, when elections are held. Once we vote them again, after they've enticed us with these freebies, they will disappear for another 4.5 years. Then they will be calling us names. They only care about their own families, about their own ministerial positions. They only care about the committing corruption lining their pockets. They have no plan with and for the people. Nothing at all. We must reject them. We must reject ZANU-PF. We must not vote for their members as councillors or as MPs because they do not care about us. Please circulate this video. Please write your comments about the work that your member of parliament is doing and your councillor, and the reasons why you think they should be retained in 2023. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Otherwise, Amandla Comrades.